on CTV News at 5.
We're 3 days late getting to our destination. Good news, we were in Nova Scotia the whole time.
Up in the air, where are Maritimers going this March break?
I think people are just longing for something different. There's a lot going on right now in the world.
And nostalgically yours, Argyle Fine Art prepares for a retro revival.
Increasing cloudiness tonight, and we kick off the weekend with some more March snow.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening. Happy Friday. Welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Penopalis. Thank you for joining us. First at 5 tonight, up in the air. This month, many Maritimers hope to trade snowbanks for sunny beaches, but recent uncertainty in places like Cuba and Mexico took those popular destinations off the list for many, add a hesitation for some to visit the United States, and the options start to look slim. Or do they? CTV's Vanessa Wright asked Maritimers where they're headed this winter break. Hi there, Vanessa.
Hi there, Maria. And it's been a turbulent planning season for many Maritimers who had to cancel or reschedule plans because of advisories. But based on how busy the airport was today, travelers are still getting away. As much as Maritimers love their home, many are headed elsewhere this March break.
We're going to like the Alps and the Mediterranean coast, like Switzerland, Barcelona, Monaco, Europe. I'm excited to look at like the medieval kind of castles, free time, going on the water, beaches, like all that stuff.
We're going to the Swiss Alps, Barcelona, Morocco, I think.
We go to New York and then we're going to Puerto Rico. We're going on a cruise, so yeah. It's going to be really fun.
Best friends Jada and Aisha will spend spring break in Costa Rica.
Honestly, our first choice was Hawaii originally, but Costa Rica, I feel like it's kind of a similar vibe. What do you think?
It's a lot closer as well than going all the way to Hawaii, and it's also really pretty. You get like the volcanoes and waterfalls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Vacation spots that were a safer bet, as some travel advisories limit the options.
With the temporary suspension of Cuba and our direct flights, most of them have sold out. There may be one or two random seats that are going unoccupied.
But demand is up for other sunny destinations.
The direct services still go to Jamaica, Mexico, Dominican. We have a Nassau flight that will be departing tonight with Air Canada. We've had a cold, long winter, so everybody's looking to get out of here for a little bit. They are still traveling. Business is up, and it's an exciting time to be going away.
The only thing stopping them, Mother Nature, as inclement weather forces some cancellations and delays at Halifax's International Airport.
We're 3 days late getting to our destination. Good news, we were in Nova Scotia the whole time.
As long as we get there, we book 2 days early because we know things like this happen.
Well, the weather is not only playing a role for flights departing here in Halifax, but it's impacting incoming flights too. It's no doubt disappointing for travelers, but rest assured, once they get to their destination, they say all will be forgiven, Maria.
Forgiven and forgotten. Thank you so much, Vanessa. CTV's Vanessa Wright for us in the news center. That actually brings us to tonight's web poll. This is what we're asking. Where are you traveling for your winter vacation? Your options are within Canada, the U.S., the Caribbean, Europe, somewhere else, or what winter vacation? Just go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and, of course, to see the latest poll results. All right, over to the anchor desk we go now, where Todd Battis is standing by with a look at our headlines.
Maria, my answer to that list would be yes, please.
Yes, please.
Just pick any of them.
Yeah.
As long as I don't have to look at the price of gasoline on those signs.
Ouch.
And that's what a lot of Maritimers are doing today and cringing, that exact response. They are going up, and they have in both New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island. There were hikes at the pumps. Now, prices in Nova Scotia remain the same overnight, but the Energy Board announced this afternoon it will be using the interrupter clause tonight. So, yes, if you have to fill up, do it by midnight. Prices are almost certain to go up. And with no end in sight to the conflict in the Middle East, prices for just about everything other than fuel is also on the rise. That means farmers and food producers are seeing costs go up, which means, yes, you will be paying for it at the other end. Jonathan McGinnis went down to the farm today, heard from people who grow our food and what they have to say about it. Another tumultuous week at the Nova Scotia Legislature, where we saw Nova Scotia's Premier walk back more than $50 million worth of budget cuts, a reprieve of sorts. Next week, the House takes a break for March break, but that isn't stopping opposition from keeping up attacks on Tim Houston's budget, and we will hear from some of them tonight in your newscast. Okay, let's bring in Kaylin Mitchell. Hey, come on, you don't need to travel. Look at those temperatures. Yeah. Perfectly balmy, right?
Sure.
The sun is out. Never mind the wind bringing those cold temperatures. It is sunny.
If we took away the minus signs and added maybe a few ones and twos at the beginning of those numbers, sure, you could call it balmy. Temperatures right now across the Maritimes are mostly in the range of a few degrees below to just slightly above the freezing mark for a few areas in the southwest of Nova Scotia, the southwest of New Brunswick. But it's a wind. It's a wind that you're really feeling out there as you head in towards the early evening. The winds remain very gusty out of the northwest. You can see they're being sustained right now in a lot of cases between 15 and 30 kilometers per hour, even higher than that around some coastal areas of Prince Edward Island, the east of Nova Scotia, with some sustained winds closer to 40. Here's a look at the wind gusts up between 30 and 50. Charlottetown with the gust right now 56 kilometers per hour, and 57 at Grand Etang in Cape Breton, and for Sydney a wind gust of around 54. Now the winds will be diminishing as we make our way through this evening and tonight, but they pick back up again for tomorrow, and they become gusty again on Saturday with the arrival of our next weather system. This is a low pressure system that is currently making its way through southern Ontario and the northeastern United States, and you can see the blues here indicating that there's some snow with it. And yes, there will be some snow with this weather system when it arrives into the Maritimes on Saturday. Much of the region could actually pick up 5 to 10 centimeters of snow, with some areas maybe a little bit more than that. I'll have more in the weekend forecast, so when I'm back a little bit later on. Maria.
Thank you very much, Kaylin. Right now, though, faculty and grad students at St. Mary's University presented their skills and innovative ideas recently. CTV's Mike Lamb takes us to Research Expo 2026.
So this is Research Expo. It's a chance to highlight all the expertise and research that happens within St. Mary's University. All three faculties of business, science, and arts are all represented. And it's a chance for faculty and grad students to showcase some of the work that they do to external partners, whether that's companies, whether that's government agencies, various members of the community. So it's sort of a one-stop shop for people to see all the expertise and all the research that happens here at the university. A lot of the projects that we get involved with, there's a partner, so there's a need that the industry has, the company has, and we looked and we find the right expertise within the university to address those needs. And whether that is projects dealing with critical minerals and discovering mining companies and discovering deposits and how to approach that, could be coastal erosion and coastal monitoring to see what's happening there. The main goal for today is to show the different work that is happening here, to show the different expertise that we have, how the research can be utilized by people, and it's not just stuck in a lab. People will be coming through here, and hopefully some connections will be made that they can take the work that's done here and they can help develop it to get into the hands of people that can actually use it.
My research area is in nanotechnology. We make and characterize new nanomaterials for lots of end uses, including healthcare applications, environmental monitoring, for example. And an event like Research Expo is really important for us because it helps us to build a community. It helps us find new industrial partners, for example. We are able to see what kind of funding options are available to support these academic industry interactions as well. And it's a great opportunity for the students to get out and showcase their research and answer some questions and talk to the community about why the research that they are doing has such a big impact.
A big impact indeed. All right, time to take a break here on CTV News at 5. When we come back, though, a little blast from the past with this story.
Hi, I'm Adriana. I'm here at Argyle Fine Art. We're setting up a show all about nostalgia. You should drop down tonight. That's coming up.
We're Give to Live. Our mission is to inspire you to live happy and healthy lives through generosity, fitness, and achieving the extraordinary. Join us and support our charities. Get inspired at givetolive.ca and achieve your extraordinary.
Welcome back. So Halifax Gallery hopes to take visitors on a trip down memory lane. As CTV's Hafsa Arif shows us, Argyle Fine Art is transforming its space for a new exhibit built around nostalgia.
The walls inside Argyle Fine Arts Gallery brings the past back to life. Paintings are still being hung, with many more pieces waiting to be unveiled. By the time the exhibit debuts, this space will be filled with memories.
We're setting up a show about nostalgia. We called it Nostalgically Yours, and it's a group show. And what it became was a show all about those objects that we all like to remember.
About 20 artists answered the call, bringing pieces reflecting on memories from different decades. Think vintage cars, cassette players, and other gadgets that filled bedrooms and living rooms decades ago.
I think people are just longing for something different. There's a lot going on right now in the world, so they're just sort of trying to go back to something that's familiar and a little bit stable and maybe a happier time in their minds.
From the bright colors of the 80s and 90s to memories that reach even further back.
Calling himself DJ so-and-so. So he's going to have actually records that he's playing. We have a disco ball we're going to be setting up today as well.
While the gallery is still filling its walls today, curator Adriana Afford says the exhibit will keep evolving, giving visitors plenty of time to stop by and rediscover pieces of the past.
The show is here right straight through until the end of, this month. So lots of time to come and see stuff. And we have other things by artists all the time. And to be honest, a lot of pieces are, whether they're part of the show or not, there is lots of nostalgia that's happening in people's paintings right now.
Whether it's a toy you forgot about or a gadget you grew up with, the gallery hopes the exhibit will spark a few memories along the way. Hafsa Arif, CTV News, Halifax.
The bars on the TV, the VHS tapes, the cassette tapes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Some nostalgia there. Some things from the 90s I definitely saw.
Love that. What a day today, Kaylin. Yeah.
Was it?
I kind of became accustomed to the sun and plus temperatures, but now we threw back. There's a different kind of throwback.
You can feel the chill in the air today, especially if you're out in the wind. Speaking of a chill, there's the effect of that freezing rain this week around the Oromocto area in New Brunswick. I'm going to have more in the forecast next.
Welcome back. Kaylin Mitchell joins us once again. Kaylin, it feels like the sun kind of melted a lot of the snow away, but my goodness, the wind was here to stay today.
Yeah, and first thing this morning, areas of Nova Scotia woke up to a scene that probably reminded them very much of the middle of this winter as things were covered by some snow and some ice pellets. In a lot of cases, about 2 to 6 centimeters worth, and it created a very slippery scene first thing in the morning. Seeing some of the effect of that freshly fallen snow in areas of Hubbard's for today with the cloudy sky there. There was some sunshine around a good portion of the Maritimes. Very gusty northwest winds throughout much of the day, though. Taking a look at our weather systems map, barometric pressure is rising at the moment, but that's going to be short-lived because we're going to have the arrival of this low pressure system at the start of the weekend, and it is bringing some more March snow along with it. Now, currently on radar, we do have some flurries that are coming in off the Gulf of St. Lawrence for parts of Cape Breton. That's going to continue over the next couple of hours for the remainder of the Maritime seas, increasing cloudiness tonight. By around midnight, we have some scattered flurries getting into western areas of New Brunswick and the southwest of Nova Scotia. That is running ahead of the snow that will be developing southwest to northeast across the Maritimes as we move from Saturday morning into Saturday afternoon. And most of the region will at least initially see some accumulation in the snow from this. Now, areas of Nova Scotia, as temperatures warm from the morning into the afternoon, could see the last part of that snow mix with or turn over to some rain. So how much snow are we talking about with this weather system? For a good portion of the region, I would expect around 5 to 10 centimeters of wet snow, likely to be slushy on many surfaces. There are some areas in the Maritimes that could pick up some higher amounts that might get into the range of around 10 to 15 centimeters, and that includes parts of the east of New Brunswick, including moving up towards the northeast there around Miramichi and Bathurst, and parts of the east of Nova Scotia, beginning around the North Shore, but extending into locations in Cape Breton. Now, winds in the forecast for tonight, they do diminish as far as their strength goes, and they become south and southwest. But as that low pressure system arrives for tomorrow, those winds are going to be picking back up, though not from the northwest for tomorrow. Instead, they'll be mostly out of the east for New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island, and south and southwest for Nova Scotia, but widespread gusts of 30 to 50 kilometers per hour, with some peak gusts at higher terrain and parts of the coastline as high as near 60. And later in the evening, some stronger wind gusts expected from northern Inverness County in Cape Breton. There, because the topography of the Cape Breton Highlands, some of those peak winds could get over 90 kilometers per hour in the areas underneath a wind warning by Environment Canada. Taking a look at low temperatures in the forecast for tonight for the province of Nova Scotia, they'll be falling into a range around -1 to -6. Down to -6 for Charlottetown, Summerside, and Prince Edward Island for tonight. And most of the low temperatures for New Brunswick between -1 and -6. So northern parts of the province a little bit colder with lows between -8 and -11. The high temperatures in the forecast for Saturday is that snow, and in some cases mixture of snow and rain moves through. Well, they do get up to around the low to mid single digits for Nova Scotia, up just above 0 for Prince Edward Island and southern areas of New Brunswick, between -2 and 0 for northern areas of New Brunswick. Behind that weather system for the end of the weekend on Sunday, it's a mix of sun and cloud, with a chance of some flurries around Prince Edward Island and eastern areas of Nova Scotia in a northwest wind off of the Gulf, and temperatures will be on the cool to chilly side. Most of the high temperatures on Sunday between around -1 and 3 degrees, a few parts of coastal Nova Scotia with temperatures between 3 and 6 in the afternoon. Let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from Isabel Betts from Quispamsis, New Brunswick. Isabel has sent us a drawing of a snowy and cold winter night, but with a big bright moon in the sky. Thank you, Isabel. Great job. And weather watchers can come in to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you, Kaylin. So if you've ever paid a bill and were a bit short in your bank account, you may have been hit with an NSF fee. But as CTV's Pat Foran reports, new rules went into effect this week to limit how much banks can charge you for them.
I think that I'm not the only one that's dealing with this.
Elvira Townsend told CTV News she tries to pay her bills on time, but last year her bank balance dropped to -$9, and she was charged an NSF fee of $48, putting her account $57 in arrears.
I know there's a lot of people struggling. I'm struggling, and that $48 is a lot.
Canada's major banks were able to charge $45 to $48 per NSF transaction, which allowed them to profit billions of dollars since the fees were first implemented. No more. Now there's a $10 cap on non-sufficient fund fees. Consumers cannot be charged an NSF fee more than once in a period of 2 business days for the same account, and consumers will not be charged NSF fees when the shortfall on the account is less than $10.
Capping NSF fees is considered a win for consumers, but some advocates say banks should be forced to do much more.
This is a small win, a small baby step by the federal government.
Duff Conacher with Democracy Watch worries banks will find a way to recoup the fees some other way. He says the next target for the government should be slashing credit card interest rates. Many cards have rates of 20 to 30%, which he calls price gouging.
Rates have not gone down when interest rates dropped. They automatically go up when interest rates go up. And it's just a big cash cow for the banks.
While capping NSF fees at $10 may be a good start, Acorn says Canadian banks should have to follow American banks. Many have eliminated NSF fees altogether. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Thank you, Pat. Time for our final break here on CTV News at 5. But here's a preview of our final story of the week.
And I took out my fiddle for to play my lover tune.
I'm Ryan McDonald in Sydney, where one of the Maritime's most famous family bands is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year and is about to get some special recognition. We'll take you on a trip through time with the Barra MacNeils in the story that's coming up.
Monday on CTV News at 5, we are giving away a festive France river cruise. The lucky winner and a guest will experience iconic landmarks and savor the flavors of beautiful Burgundy. Don't miss the first key word Monday right here on CTV News at 5. We'll have 2 weeks for you to enter. Good luck. All right, so this is a story we promised you last night. The Barra MacNeils marked their 40th anniversary as a band this year. CTV's Ryan McDonald takes us for a musical trip through time.
At the age of 37, she knew she'd found forever.
They have been playing together as a band of brothers and sister, of course, since 1986.
We went out to Expo 86, but that's when it all began.
This year marks the Barra MacNeils' 40th anniversary as a family group, their talent matched over the years by their down-to-earth nature.
I hear fairly often the Barra MacNeils is the best group you could ever work with. They're so easygoing. You think that's a fair representation?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to say yeah.
It was just normal to me because everyone was playing music around me.
Boyd MacNeil was only 5 years old when the Barras officially became a band. Even back then, though, he knew he was destined to one day join Kyle, Seamus, Stuart, Lucy, and Ryan touring the country and the world. Now, the Barra MacNeils will be honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award at this year's East Coast Music Awards at home in Cape Breton.
To get a little respect for 40 years, people actually do respect it because they know how hard it is to do this or be involved in this industry.
From compact discs to COVID-19, the Barras have witnessed a lot of changes over the years.
Analog was still in and the digital changed, but you know, once they get into downloading and CDs went out the window, things got tough. Record companies went out the window, as you know, but we managed to survive all the changes.
They say as long as they're healthy, the show will go on. After playing the ECMA Awards show in Sydney, May 21st, they hit the road for 40th anniversary concerts across the Maritimes, then take their act to the West Coast.
Thanks to everybody for the 40 years, all the fans, our parents, all the managers we had over the year, John Muir, Phil Dubinsky, Andre Bourgeois, and there's many more.
So cheers to 40 years, and from the sounds of things, plenty more. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
Cheers to 40 years. Well said, Ryan, and congratulations, you guys. Outstanding. Congratulations on the Lifetime Achievement with the ECMAs.
That's how you want to wrap up a program on a Friday.
Isn't that
Absolutely. Coming up, CTV News at 6, though. Got some snow to update you on in that weekend forecast.
Excellent. We'll see you and Todd at 6 o'clock. I will see you in a few weeks. I'm going to take some time off with my own family and enjoy that time. And while I'm gone, Stephanie Sikos will be here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. The national news is